The holiday season is the perfect time to give back and pay it forward, but it's not the only time hungry students need support. In fact, recent studies show food insecurity continues to rise among college students nationally.
A lot of people in FIU go through a lot of food insecurity, I believe. So I believe more than half, probably about 55.
Maybe about 10%, I would say. Okay. 10, 15%.
FIU currently has 2 food pantries available at Biscayne Bay campus and the Modesto A. Medique campus. BBC's food pantry coordinator explains the mission of the program.
The food pantry started 4 years ago in 2014. It started with our senior health educator and the dietitian. The dietitian, when she would see her appointments, during the appointments, students would talk to her about not eating properly, skipping meals and whatnot. Through more research, she found out that FIU students are experiencing food insecurity, which is you're not sure where your next meal will come from. You get up in the morning and you may not have breakfast and you don't know if you're going to have breakfast all day. So through research, they found out that nearly 50% of FIU students face food insecurity. So from that, the food pantry was born from this office. The very next semester in fall of 2015, MMC also instituted their food pantry there as well.
Many FIU students are unaware that this program exists.
At food pantry, no, I was not aware that FIU had a food pantry.
Students that are experiencing food insecurity have access to the pantry.
But both of our processes are very similar. It's 10-pound bags of food. Once a week, students can come by. We do not ask for proof of need. For first-time visitors, they would complete an intake form. The intake form does not ask for anything invasive. It's just the Panther ID number, and students would sign just the liability waiver, where it just talks about that the food we receive are donations. We do our best to inspect it, but if there's anything wrong with the food item, that students are aware of it, and it would be their responsibility to get rid of the food if they're not comfortable with that food item.
The food pantry has often experienced difficulties in spreading the word.
When there is a promotion for the food pantry, informing students that the food pantry exists on both campuses, there is a spike in utilization. Back in February, there was a piece done on the MMC food pantry because they had expanded. They moved from one location to a larger, more independent location. With that, through advertisement with external relations and publishing information online on social media, we've gotten a spike in utilization. Therefore, we started to do more food drives in order to address that. So this semester, we're able to help the students a lot better with providing them with food.
The food pantry has high hopes for the future.
Well, we envision on expanding the food pantry, especially for the one at the Biscayne Bay location. We have a small room. We're wishing to expand to a larger room similar to MMC and offer the same type of just spacing and accommodations and the feel that they have at the main campus. One of the things we're also trying to do is to offer fresh food, like produce, breads, and these kinds of things to the student population so that they'll be able to eat something that is more than just canned foods and high sodium food items. So those are the 2 things that we're wanting to do in the future if it's at all possible. And basically just making sure that students are not going hungry. You know, there is a student organization called Panther Chow, so we're trying to get with them as well because they're also doing food recovery. So we're trying to get with them in order to spread the word about food availability on campus and reducing waste on campus. So there are different things we're wanting to do. With the food pantry, of course, it takes time, and we have the backing of the Vice Provost, Dr. DeSantis. So eventually, we're hoping that the food pantry will become more than what it is today, and that we're serving the students and helping them in their, goal to graduating.
I think that students shouldn't be afraid to speak up about it because, I go to the food pantry. I'm not someone who needs to go to the food pantry, thankfully, but I take advantage of that because, truthfully speaking, You don't know, like, my job's not for certain, right? Like, I'm not tenure or anything. So I don't know if tomorrow I'll get fired and then I won't have any, money to buy food for the next day. So everyone should take advantage of that.